Hey everybody, it's Mark with the Crystal Chronicles, your Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia podcast, coming to you live on Twitch and YouTube every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Minos Spellgood and myself bringing you all your DFFOO news and talk. This is my Divine Shiva Lufenia Plus run video, so please like, sub, ring the bell for notification. If you'd like to support us, you can become a member on YouTube. It's about 99 cents here in the United States. And get some emojis and badges and prioritize chats. And if you're not part of our special secret chat in Discord, members chat, you can message me and let me know that you are a member on YouTube, and you can have access to that chat as well. Considered one of the harder fights in Lufenia Plus, Divine Shiva just has a lot going on. They freeze you, can't do anything about it. The orb is somewhat difficult to manage. They pop the orb at 19% of their health, regardless of what it's at. They apply all kinds of debuffs. They get million HP shields. What else do they do? They counter delays and deletes. And so if you delay them, they delay you. If they delete you delete them, they delete you. It's like they threw everything that they could to really get you to take the freaking damage. So just going to talk about this fight a little bit. This is late coming. I not always up to date on my run videos, but I want to keep them kind of for posterity. And if you're listening, I just thank you and kind of talk about DFFOO, so I hope you enjoy that. You can check out DissidiaFFOO.com. Excalibur, Scott Ong, Destroth all have good guides for how this fight goes down. Macnol, DissidiaFFOO.com has all that prioritized in his own guide as well. But yeah, it is manageable. There's a lot of different strategies you can take with this. Of course, Ace, all of you who greened Ace because you were listening to our friend Black Nero, really did well. But man, I believe this is really, Warrior of Light's a really good option too, but I think this is really the easiest team. Jekt and it might actually be, if you had Green Ace, Core, and Auron might be the easiest team actually. But I think Core and Auron really make this fight super manageable. The only really setup you need on this is obviously to have all the characters and have them fully geared, but you keep Core's buff, his link attack, on the third character, not on Auron, so that third character is protected from all of Shiva's attacks. So that way, Auron has all kinds of self-protection. He's given some party protection, and Core has protection on himself and also can give protection on that third character. So there's a lot of defensive stuff going on. You bring twins just to do massive damage. That's crazy, and you'll see the twins just eat through. I think I get through 2 phases. I think once they split, if you can start about 80% and get to under 50%, then you'll only take one of the attacks, one of the freeze attacks. So, but yeah, Auron Core is just this great combo. I've really been enjoying. Core is definitely paid for himself in stride. Those GL firsts generally do. GL first characters, which would be Beatrix, Aranea, and Core. They all proved themselves very, very worthwhile. And I think, a lot of people, Aranea, I don't know that there'll ever be an Aranea where, you could have just got through core content with Aranea and a friend Aranea. It didn't really matter. But really, Core has proven himself to be quite versatile and quite flexible and quite powerful. People just have a little struggle. So yeah, once you get it down to 19%, they split. The orb is active. You need fire damage to up the orb. It is what it is. Jet is doing the fire damage, obviously. I may have brought an Ignis Call to do that. I'm going to put this on Core, and I'm going to burst. I like Kate Sith's Call a lot. It's a lot of fun. And it's going to stay on Core for a while here, because they'll freeze. I think I do get them down to 79% pretty much from full health with Jet's massive BT phase, obviously, if you have the BT phase. So yeah, he's going to Sage Fire. That's going to enchant the party so that Auron, Core's preemptive strikes and Auron's follow-ups or counterattacks, they will all be doing fire damage. So the orb will continue to tick up, which is nice. Now, it only ticks up by 1. I think that's one of the problems. If the orb ticked up by 2, may have been a little easier, although it's a non-lethal orb. You can take it, so it really doesn't matter, I guess, at the end of the day. But you don't want to take it if you can. I brought Gabranth here because could have brought Jack as well, but Gabranth does HP damage up, which is because of the synergy. Everybody's got synergy, is helpful. Kurasame, of course, is absorbed, so you don't necessarily want to bring Kurasame because I don't think it works. Oh no, if they're immune apparel, it doesn't work. But yeah, I mean it just absorbs his damage, so yeah, kind of take it or leave it. Ideally, you can go into the burst phase with the LD extra action. You can just Jek Slash because that's the best. I don't know why I beast rushed here. That was a mistake. There's a lot of mistakes. I'm still learning how to play Jet. Optimally, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but optimally, Jek Slash is doing the most damage. As you'll see here. And doing some splash damage too, which makes it nice. Yeah, so 620 and 240, so yeah, man. Almost 900,000 for that attack, plus, that's with the preemptive strike, of course, added in there. Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple I don't know, glitches, or Jet is not working correctly. His Brave plus attack is not working correctly. Not that you would ever use it, so it's not terrible. And of course his skill 1 and skill 2 do not refresh the EX buff like they should, or do not apply it like they should, so you really have to rely on his EX, which isn't terrible. It's not doing terrible damage. So yeah, so they both jump below 79, so they're immediately going to freeze me here. I think they get Diamond Dust. Yeah, there you go. So this is where you sit. Now, the bad thing about Core and Orin is during this freeze time they can't do anything. So Orin's not counterattacking, which sucks. Core isn't preemptive striking, which sucks. But as you see, even with the consecutive damage, yep, so he loses his turn. Now Jet is able to act again, I think. Yeah, they're doing some damage, but they're not doing a lot of damage. And you just need to make sure your buffs are somewhat refreshed. I think that's why Warrior of Light's a little bit more difficult, because the shields can fall off, or his buffs can fall off, because all your stuff ticks down while you are frozen. So if you're not careful, it can really, really be an issue. And then they get their big shields. You see those shields, million HP shields. So you got to burn through those as much as possible. Oh, I tried to get it down. I guess brought twins in from 50% to 29% to try to skip one of the freezes. So unfortunately, I brought twins in a little too late, because you'll see I bring them in right at 50%. They can't use their EX, or they can't use their BT during that time, and they can't use it in summon. So it worked out fine. They do enough damage with their LD, but still would have been nicer if I could have BT'd. A little dangerous, of course. Friend units can get trashed here, and there is a phase where they are elemental. There is a phase where Shiva absorbs all other elements besides fire, and so I don't know when that phase is. So again, they just like throw the kitchen sink. They really, really want you to have to take some attacks, which is fine. I know this is a very frustrating fight for a lot of people. A lot of people struggled with it. Japan, this fight was a killer. That being said, I'm bringing a very optimal team here. But of course, I had the foresight to know the kind of optimal characters to bring. That being said, I don't really mind fights where you have to take the damage, like where you have to take the attacks. That really doesn't bother me. You just have to adapt your play style, and so many people are inflexible when it comes to their play style. This is how I want to play. This is how I want to win, and there's no flexibility. And if every fight could be approached the same thing, it would be so boring. Just so boring. At least, a few different strategies are nice. And so to have a roster that can cover several different strategies, that's kind of why I like the Lufenia orbs, because they force you to at least deal with a mechanic. Now, there are other ways to do that. So I'm not opposed to other ways to do that. I like Abyss. I like the mission dungeons. I like things that kind of force you to restrict your roster Even, power creep that allows you, you can only use some of the newer characters. That's fine with me. I want to be challenged, have to bring new characters, have to use new characters, and have to rethink kind of how my strategy works. So if you go, delete, I want to delay everything, I want to launch everything. Well, that's not going to work here. And so you have to find some other way to do it. And you have to be able to be prepared to take some damage, including a popped Lufenia orb, which to this point you may have never taken a Lufenia orb, and now you're going to have to. And so, are you bringing the characters that can help you survive? I should have brought twins in right here. I didn't, but and you'll see this is not ideal for them to get their recast off, because their recast is really a pain in the ass too. So, but it happens. At least Core and Orin get their things with the before the before the recast goes off. Yeah, Jet gets another attack here, which is nice. And I think you can break him. So just skill 1 is a cancel break, re-break, which is nice. And then Jet Slash is just a big fat. I did not use his AA at all in this fight. That is not intentional. That's just because I suck. That was just me. So now they're both at. So I think I don't let them do their recast. So what's going to happen is I think I'm going to burn them down to 20% and 29%, and they are going to have their recast gauge ready, and they are going to do Divine Shiva Diamond Dust automatically. So it's going to be a pain in the ass, but it's okay. As long as you're prepared for it, it's okay. You don't want to get broken, and that's what Core really helps with. That Core and Orin really help with not being broken at all. So you'll see, I think, I switch out Orin here, and I think that's the better idea, because Core offers a little bit of protection. I mean, I guess it really didn't matter. I was kind of forced to do it at this point, so it really didn't matter, but I think either option is okay, very truthfully. So I can't use, if I use the BT, they would have both gone below 40%, and then I would have been hit with the Diamond Dust and then another Diamond Dust. So immediately summon, immediately use LDs. There you go. And that will allow me to, their LDs are so powerful that it's really good here. So yeah, over 800,000 per each hit here on Jet, of course, is going to be doing some good damage. And yeah, I just did Core's buff upkeep here. And right now, assuming nobody jumps turns, the twins get 3 LDs within the summon, so that's going to be plenty, I believe, damage. Of course, Core is doing that. I probably should have switched, although he's going to get another attack here. I probably should have switched and made sure Jet's turns didn't get up, but it will be fine. He's doing so much damage too. So yeah, twins got moved to outside of the summon, which is not ideal, but again, I don't think it's going to matter, because yeah, now we're at 35%. I can do another Jet Slash, or I can do an LD. I don't know what I do here. Yeah, Jet Slash. So yeah. Do I do Reaper Gale here? Yeah. That's pretty significant damage. And they're not going to pop at the same time, which is not ideal. I didn't get them both down to 29. But what you're going to see happen is this one uses his Diamond Dust recast. Then this one uses its Diamond Dust recast. The automatic Diamond Dusts. Those were the Diamond Dusts. And now they're going to use the Diamond Dust recasts. There you go. And it's going to use the Diamond Dust recast. So at the end thing, it just refreshes. It would have been nice if I didn't have to, because this one's going to go down to 30% here. Kind of be a pain in the butt, so I'm going to take it again. Yep, more Diamond Dust. Yeah, Orin's buff that he gives the party has regen, so That's why, Jet and core are regenning. So now we get a preemptive attack, thankfully. And now we're going to do twins, and now we're going to get another diamond dust. Yeah, needed to bring in twins a little bit earlier to make this not so painful, so I could skip those 2 phases or make sure Jet didn't pump turns, but that's how it goes, friends. So now, yep, they're going to diamond dust. There you go. But again, Orin's buff is still on Jet and core. The twins are the only ones that aren't protected, but the incoming damage is reduced so much. You have to be careful with the orbs because the orbs are ticking down every time they take an action. The incoming damage is reduced so much that it's not big. Jet lost one of his buffs, and he lost his BT effect, which is fine because I can Blitzking right here. I guess it really didn't matter. I could have gotten the free break. But he gets another consecutive turn, so it's not terrible. That's a big fat damage on the shields there. The one shield is broken. The other one shield didn't have it broken. Now at 19%, they're going to pop their orb, so it really doesn't matter. The orb is gone at that point, so I think it does come back after a certain number of turns, so you have to be careful. And this is where I try to remember which of Jet's buffs need to be reapplied. I think the LD buff is the one that needed to be reapplied at that point. Yeah. Then his EX buff. So again, when they're not able to act, their buffs tick down. When your party's not able to act, the buffs tick down, and so you can lose buff management if you're not careful, so you really have to be careful about that. Again, core is... I don't think Jet has core's ability on it, so they're taking a little bit of damage. But remember, there's just incoming prevention. I almost thought about not doing the last LD for the twins just to make sure Orin was back in. And you have to be careful how much damage they take, too. Yeah, we can spam core at this point. Spam core LD. And, yeah, so you see my health is not great. Yeah. But I'll spam the attacks, and they regen, so that's okay. Reapply the buff on good old Jet. The one still has the shield up. So you see I'm pretty close on HP. But it's not going to matter once Orin comes back in. They'll be able to regen. And they're absorbing. The one is absorbing. Yeah. No, because it has the shield on, yeah. All these buffs are terrible. There we go. Get some extra debuffs here. Again, could have used Jet Slash the entire time. Didn't. Or AA the entire time. Didn't. So, okay. Let me know how you did, how you faced it, if you really liked it. If you're not, I know some people are still struggling with it. Jump on our Discord. There's a lot of different help. I really think this is one of the easier teams. Probably the easiest team would be Core, Orin, and Ace. I think Ace is probably doing enough damage to get you that. And Ace's traps are going off while they're frozen, which is really nice. And so you could just run with those and bring Twins Friend to burn through it. Unless you want to bring Cloud of Darkness Friend to do some additional damage. You can ride Cloud of Darkness Friend throughout this as well, so that's another option if you're needing to do some extra damage. So, yep, the orb does reappear eventually. But yeah, let me know how you did and what you're thinking about taking moving forward, how you felt about this. I still have to do my Divine Board grind. That's okay. I'm not in a big hurry. Check out episode 176 of the Crystal Chronicles where we break this down. We talk about all the characters. We talk about the sales and all that kind of stuff. Me and myself. Stay for the post show. Nidre joins us from DFFOO tip.com. And we have a really good conversation with Nitre. We really like Nitre. I'm glad he's been hanging out with us as well. So, yeah. Well, I think that's about it. I hope your runs went well. And well, I'm going to take another attack there. And this run's going to be okay. Yeah, it was spam. This the spam core time. But you do have to be careful because the orb will take. You don't want to take an orb if you don't have to right here at the end. So that's why I gave it to Jet here. Because they are not enchanted anymore. Jet can take 10 consecutive turns. If I would have ever used his AA, which I didn't. Use your AA. Learn what your characters do, friends. That's, I think, the most important thing that you need to figure out. What the hell do these characters do? Yeah, that will break. Give me a consecutive action. I am. Oh, no, that didn't give me a consecutive action. Didn't break, because it must have had a shield, huh? Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, now the orb's real close. Yeah, there we go. All right, well, please do like, sub, ring the bell for notifications, and we'll talk to you all later. Goodbye.